So I'd like to invite our next speaker to the floor. So this is Himal Kandal, who's going to be talking to us about living experiences of people with refractive error, a qualitative study from Nepal.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm presenting our qualitative study exploring the impact of refractive error on quality of life. The authors have no disclosures. Uncorrected refractive error is the commonest cause of visual impairment and the leading cause of blindness after cataract. The maximum burden of URE lies in South Asia. Not only URE, refractive correction can also impact on people's quality of life. Impact of refractive error on quality of life can be qualitatively explored through in-depth interviews or focus group discussions. The qualitative research has more flexible methodology, therefore captures comprehensive information. There is no published qualitative study exploring impact of refractive error on quality of life of adults, except the one we recently published, a study from Australia. However, the published study had limitations that it did not include any URE participants, and quality of life issues in developed and developing countries could be different. Therefore, we carried out a qualitative study to identify the quality of life issues in adults with URE and various types of refractive correction, and to compare the quality of life impact of refractive error between these groups. Semi-structured, in-depth, face-to-face interviews were conducted in adults with refractive error. The study was carried out in two hospitals in Nepal. Thematic analysis was carried out using inductive approach in the in vivo software. Definition of refractive error is not uniform in the literature. We adapted an inclusive definition considering 0.5 diopter spherical equivalent as significant. The undercorrected cases were also classified under uncorrected refractive error. Refractive error also includes presbyopia. So we interviewed 101 participants with a mean age of 34.1 years. There are almost equal number of male and female participants. Participants had various level of myopia and hyperopia, and surgical emmetropia and presbyopia. And in terms of refractive correction, they had glasses, contact lenses, refractive surgery, and 47 participants had uncorrected refractive error. This figure shows the themes and categories that contribute to the refractive error specific quality of life. Thematic analysis resulted into 7 themes: inconvenience, activity limitation, health concerns, socio-emotional impact, economic impact, general or ocular comfort symptoms, and visual symptoms. I'll go into each themes in a bit more detail now. Inconvenience was the most important theme, particularly for glass wearers, and all the participants from the Kathmandu, the capital city, reported not being able to wear filtering face masks due to fogging up of glasses as a major inconvenience, as Kathmandu is quite polluted. Other inconveniences uttered by glass wearers include breaking glasses, glasses falling off, not finding or misplacing glasses, not being able to use normal sunglasses, and so on. Interestingly, some participants reported forgetting to take off glasses when washing face or taking shower. And contact lens wearers reported inconveniences handling contact lens or maintaining hygiene. Participants with uncorrected refractive error reported needing longer time to do things, having to depend upon others. Uncorrected presbyopes reported having to put things far away to read, and uncorrected myopes reported having to go closer to things clearly was inconvenient. The second theme was activity limitation, and this was more important to participants with URE. They reported difficulty reading at near or far, and difficulty recognizing people or things at far. Many participants reported difficulty doing manual agricultural works with glasses, especially when they had to bend down to do those activities, and therefore they reported they stopped using glasses. And uncorrected presbyopes reported difficulty doing near tasks, particularly in dim light. Glass wearers reported difficulty doing recreational activities such as dancing, and they often reported to take glasses off. And female participants reported difficulty putting makeup on. Participants with high refractive error reported difficulty in doing activities which required them to take their glasses off, such as washing face, taking a shower, swimming, etc. Surgical emmetropes happily reported to be free of most of these limitations. For some activities, different subgroups reported limitations. However, the nature of difficulty was different. The participants with URE reported difficulty cooking, traveling, and playing sports due to having reduced vision, whereas glass wearers reported difficulty cooking due to fogging up of glasses and playing sports like football due to possibility of glasses falling off the face, and contact lens wearers reported difficulty traveling due to difficulty handling them. Typically, young female participants with high refractive error from an urban area had maximum concern about appearance with glasses, and appearance was one of the major reasons for the decision they took to wear contact lens or to go for refractive surgery. Contact lens participants reported concerns about side effects or complications of contact lens wear. Those who were planning for refractive surgery reported concerns about being eligible for surgery and vision after laser surgery and possibility of having complications. Those who already had refractive surgery reported concerns about possibility of having long-term complications or having to wear glasses again due to relapse of refractive error, and participants with high refractive error reported concerns about possibility of going blind. URE participants reported concerns about possibility of further deteriorating their vision in the future, and they reported concerns about personal safety being at risk by falling when walking or by getting lost when traveling. URE participants expressed mostly negative emotions such as feeling regretful about their own eye care in the past. Glass wearers reported feeling embarrassed, feeling different from others, feeling older than actual age, and they also reported problem attending social functions mainly due to appearance, and many reported they often use contact lenses in those social occasions, and mainly female participants reported problem finding a life partner or getting married. Pre-operative surgery participants reported feeling excited, but at the same time felt nervous or scared of the potential complications, whereas post-operative surgery participants reported feeling free, more active, and gaining higher confidence. Cost of buying glasses was more important, more of a concern, especially to uncorrected refractive error. And as I said earlier, many participants were involved who did manual agricultural works could not wear glasses, and that impacted their work. And as Nepal is an agricultural country, it could have huge impact on economy. Glass wearers, some of the participants believed that the clinicians were only interested in making profits, such as by selling glasses, and therefore they believed that the clinicians gave biased information. Contact lens, the cost of contact lens was of concern to only the participants currently wearing contact lens. The participants who had refractive surgery reported that it was expensive, but worth the value. The sixth theme was general and ocular comfort symptoms. General symptoms such as headaches and giddiness were more common in URE participants, whereas ocular comfort symptoms were more prominent in participants with refractive surgery or contact lens wearers. Contact lens wearers reported heaviness in eyes. Refractive surgery reported more dry eye and tired eyes. The last theme, visual symptoms. Visual symptoms such as blurred or cloudy vision at various distances was mainly reported by uncorrected refractive error. However, glass or contact lens wearers also reported these visual symptoms occasionally. In addition, glass wearers reported blurred vision in the rain, loss of peripheral vision, and distorted vision. Participants with refractive surgery reported glare and light sensitivity, more difficulty focusing at things for a long time. In conclusion, activity limitation, economic impact, and symptoms were the major issues for URE participants, whereas for glass wearers, inconvenience was the most important theme, and for contact lens wearers, concerns about possibilities of having side effects or complications was the most important theme, and for refractive surgery participants, concerns about having to wear glasses again due to relapse of refractive error was the most important issue. glass and contact lens wearers had more quality of life issues than refractive surgery group. And refractive correction, this study findings highlights that refractive correction do not always address all the quality of life issues of URE, but often add issues such as inconvenience, concerns, and activity limitations. Impact of refractive error on people's quality of life is multifaceted. Refraction services should be tailored to individuals based on their refractive error subtypes, correction types, and their socio-demographics for promoting valued refractive care. Quality of life issues identified in this study will be used to develop an item bank, which is a long questionnaire, patient-reported outcome measure, to comprehensively and scientifically assess refractive error-specific quality of life and in low and middle income settings. This figure shows the disparity between clinicians and patients' perspective. Thank you.
Questions? I have one. Was this a primarily urban population in Kathmandu?
So we had two hospitals, two centers where we recruited participants from. One was in the center of Kathmandu, so mainly urban population, but it is the biggest eye care center in Nepal. So it also gets referred cases and people from rural areas as well. And the other center was chosen in the periphery of Kathmandu, aiming to get more rural populations. So we have mix of both urban and rural population.
And so how generalizable do you think this would be to other countries similar to Nepal? The questionnaire that you would eventually develop?
Yeah. I think with the qualitative study, generalizability is the main concern. But we have tried our best to make it more generalizable because as you saw, like we have participants from diverse refractive error groups and diverse range of spectrum of refractive error in terms of socio-demographics as well and in terms of age as well. So we hope it is, I mean, it can't be 100% generalizable, but it is definitely useful for other settings as well.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you for sharing the results of your research. I was very much impressed by the fact that nowadays there are still women that think wearing glasses is a major limitation for getting married. And I was wondering whether this is independent of their educational background or their occupational status, or have you examined this?
Yes. Mainly those who had lower level of education had this issue, but I think this issue is common. I mean, this issue is common. It mainly depends upon the cultural setting also, I believe. And in Nepal, like, in Nepal, most of the marriages are arranged marriages, and I think that kind of things also matter, along with educational and other cultural factors are also important.
So even if they come from higher,
they still reported. Few of them still reported they were concerned about getting married or finding a life partner.
Thank you very much.
Very interesting presentation. Did you ask any questions about how much of an inconvenience or how much they cared about these, or was it all just measured as a yes or no at this point in your research?
Yeah, that is the next part actually. This study, the aim of this study was to identify the issues and to quantify this, how much of the inconvenience or how much of the quality of life impact. We need to use patient-reported outcome measures. So the issues identified in this study will be used to develop an item bank, which is a patient-reported outcome measure, and that will quantify the impact.
The impression that I would have is that there is a long list of issues, but if the people are still, for those who are wearing the glasses, they must not be that big, or they would just give up on them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.